Hey there folks, this is Richard of DoomedMovieThon.com. I'm back with another episode of My Horror Shelfie. My Horror Shelfie is a series where I talk about every single one of my horror movies on my horror movie shelves from A to Z. And yes, this t-shirt is made of leather. Last time we finished the letter N. No wait, this is not O, this is N. Last time I finished the letter M, and now we're going to do the first half of the letter N, which does not include the film with Ron Burgundy. I don't own that film. But first, let's go pick a movies from the shelf. Okay, now that we have picked the movies from the shelves, let us begin talking about them in numerical order from A to Z. First up is Neon Maniacs. Neon Maniacs is a very unusual little movie here. It is a slasher with some monsters in it, but it's also just really quirky and kooky. I'm not sure who the protagonist of this movie is. It could be the monsters. The good guys are very not memorable, so not a great part of that film is who is important, because there's nobody, but I like it. Stone Cold classic right here in terms of slashers. Oh my god. Frickin' New Year's Evil. So wonderful. I didn't appreciate it the first couple times I saw it. It took a while, and now it's an absolute favorite. Look forward to this every New Year's Eve. Absolute masterpiece. It's not New Year's Eve without New Year's Evil. Speaking of Australia, because of course we were just talking about Australia in America, this is Next of Kin, an absolutely wonderful thriller with some giallo influences from the Australia place. And yeah, it's just really solid filmmaking, really beautiful stuff. Again, because it's Australia, it's a little strange, because everything from Australia is a little different. I know you know what I'm talking about. Night Angel. You don't hear a lot of people talking about this movie, other than it has some crazy stuff in the finale, but I really like Night Angel. I saw it on cable and was totally baffled and mystified. It's got some great atmosphere to it and is genuinely weird movie with its own kind of like logic to it. I think it's pretty good. Hidden Inside is, for some reason, a copy of Edge of Sanity, which I have not seen since I was like 13. So, surprise to me for later. Thank you, me. Secret Christmas films come in many shapes and sizes, and one of them is the size of this Night of the Comet Blu-ray. I remembered Night of the Comet very fondly from my youth, and I'm happy to report that it holds up. As fans of this film can tell you, Night of the Comet is just great. And yes, Christmas totally happens in this. So good. Let's talk about life-changing movies for a second here. There was a neighborhood party when I was about 12. And at this neighborhood party, I was supposed to be running around with the kids while the parents were all having drinks and partying with the adults. And I did not go hang out with the kids. Serendipitously, they had all left the party and gone to ransack the neighborhood. These were not a group of well-behaved kids. So I went to the den, and I watched this little movie that was on TV called Night of the Creeps, which I loved. I did not care that I was not socializing with children, because I preferred being, alone with movies. And I just absolutely fell in love with Night of the Creeps. And thankfully, we got a nice restored director's cut of it here. For some reason, I have the DVD. I don't know if this green case came with it, or if I just scavenged this green case from a game or something. I don't know where this case came from. But anyway, Night of the Creeps. Comedy horror at its finest. Hidden Inside, I happen to know, is another kooky horror movie that is desperately needing a Blu-ray. Blu-ray companies, listen to me, please. I know I'm very influential. But yes, Nightlife. Nightlife is a really good one. It's not the vampire one. It's the zombie one. Nightlife came out right around the time of Nightlife. It's about the kid. It's the one where the kid works at the mortuary. It's really good. Really, really good. Love to see that get a proper release someday. Hey, can we not fight while I'm recording? Cheese is bullying Gorgon. I want to record this for the police. Next up is a little movie called Night of the Demon. Not to be confused with Night of the Demons, Night of the Demon, Night of the Devils, and other stuff. This is about a Sasquatchy Bigfoot terrorizing a small town, and I'm trying not to smile too big. This is a joy. This is absolutely tasteless crap. And, yeah. Wonderful stuff. Okay, Steelbook time, everybody. Brace yourselves for my long diatribe about Steelbooks. I've been holding back on this for a really long time. I hope y'all are ready. Let me drink a little water before I get started. I know I'm going to lose a lot of followers when I say this, but Steelbooks are kind of neat. This is Night of the Demons, one of my absolute favorites, top 10 material here. Linnea Quigley and the dancer, Mimi Kincaid. I totally remembered that off the top of my head. No, this is what got me through the 90s. I don't know about you 80s kids, but I was pretty disappointed with horror in the 90s, and so I just rewatched stuff from the 80s a lot. Night of the Demons, rewatch this a lot, and it just never gets old. Classic. Years and years and years and years it took me to get around to Night of the Demons 2, and when I did, I was not prepared for how bonkers this movie is. Of course, Brian Trenchard Smith, absolute maniac. Australian? Interesting. Highly recommend Night of the Demons 2 if you haven't gotten to it yet. There is nothing better than Night of the Demons 2. I need to buy Night of the Demons 3 on Blu-ray, even though it's not good. Next up is a bona fide, underrated classic from Italian horror. That's right, I used the U word in another video. Underrated. This is Night of the Devils. I did not know about this film until I was perusing my local library, and they had some bootlegs. That's right, VHS bootlegs from Video Search of Miami, which probably isn't a thing anymore. But I didn't know what this was, and as soon as I put that copy of a copy of a copy of a copy into my VCR, blown away. This movie is so cool. It's based on the short story The Vertilac, and it is just really solid. Makes a great pairing with Black Sabbath. You know, that does The Vertilac too. Does it better? Yeah, it's Bava. But this is gory and strange, and the atmosphere is undeniably cool. This is the vibe. That European horror vibe I'm always searching for. This is a prime example. Watch this and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, last movie of this episode. This is Night School. This is that slasher where the couple smear raspberry jam on each other in the shower. But also it's a good slasher. It's very giallo-like. This killer looks just like the killer from Strip Nude for Your Killer. And, you know, the motorcycle getup. It's really cool. And yeah, this is just a weird movie. I like slashers that just have quirks to them. Like, perhaps the director didn't want to make a slasher or didn't know how. He wanted to make a movie about people and couples and their relationship problems, but also there's a slasher in it. But yeah, it's fun. And got some good atmosphere. That is literally half of my collection of the letter N. So next time we'll finish the letter N. It's going to be great. Happy New Year. Very belated. And I just want to thank you guys. Last year, the stats were great. We had the best year on this channel that I've ever had. I just got a notification from YouTube that my channel is now 18 years old, which when you look at my low subscriber count is pretty embarrassing, but that's okay. Glad you guys are here. Just tell your friends if you have movie people, pals who like movies, tell them about my channel. If you have your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, they need to watch this because I'm their age.